Hey guys, what's up? Guitar Player Nick here, and today I'm going to be doing my first impression video on the Samsung Series 3 Chromebook. So here is the Samsung Chromebook. One thing I really like about it is it's very thin. It's portable, it's light. You can hold it in one hand, you can throw it in a bag, you can do anything you want with it, and it barely adds on any weight. I really like the design. It's very ultrabookish. I've heard people say it looks like a MacBook Air, which, I mean, let's open it up so you can see. It does look like a MacBook Air from the inside, but personally, I really like this. I think this really screams quality, or at least looks high quality and feels high quality when you're using it. This nice sort of fake aluminum plastic sort of look actually protects it from, or not really protects it, but you can't see the scratches as much. I've seen a lot of laptops that have, you know, glossy plastic on here, and it's a fingerprint magnet, and it just looks bad. But on this, like, you can barely see any usage when looking at this computer. Like, it looks brand new, and it's a couple months old. So that's my opinion on the hardware. I really like it. I think it's a great piece of hardware for the price. This is $250 for the Samsung Chromebook, and then there's an Acer one that's like $200, only $200. But I mean, you get an SSD in this, you get better build quality, probably a little bit faster processor. I'm not actually sure on that. The Acer doesn't have the mobile processor. I think it has like a Intel Celeron or something in it. And then, of course, you get the bigger battery in this. So I would definitely go for the Samsung Chromebook. So now that we've talked about the hardware on the Chromebook, let's go ahead and talk about the software. Now this runs Chrome OS, which is sort of like a Linux-based operating system. Although it's very limited. You can only get apps from the Chrome Web Store, and everything's pretty much online, which I don't really have a problem with. I'm a Google user. I use all the Google services. I use Calendar, Maps, Mail, YouTube. I use Google Drive. I use pretty much everything Google. So I really like this computer a lot for accessing Google services. If you use Google services all the time, then this is definitely a great buy. There's not very much onboard storage, but the good thing about that, though, is the fact that you get 100 gigs of Google Drive storage when you buy one of these. So I think that's really awesome of Samsung to do. And Google Drive, I mean, there's a feature on Google Drive that lets you save certain things onto the hard drive, which is actually, the hard drive size is probably one of the only reasons I wouldn't recommend this. I mean, if you have to do everything on the hard drive, and you do not want to rely on cloud service, I mean, I guess you probably want to look elsewhere, or take a look at the Acer Chromebook that has the bigger, I think it's like a 400 gig hard drive inside. But it is slower, and the Acer one will boot a lot slower. So YouTube videos seem to stutter at first, but work decently when I use YouTube. Basic web searches and going on different websites and all sorts of things like that seem to work pretty well, in my opinion. Not as smooth and fast as a MacBook Air or any sort of high-end Ultrabook. But you gotta take in consideration again that this is only $250 and it's only for basic computing. As you've probably heard other people say, this is a good secondary computer. I don't really have much else to say. It searches the web just fine. I can do most daily tasks just fine on it, with little and no lag. Only on certain sites like YouTube, where you're consuming content, is when I notice a tiny bit of lag. But once you start watching a video, I only see the little bit of lag when I click on a video, and then I try to put in high quality, or I hit full screen Other than that, though, the lag just goes away once you start watching the video. You don't see the lag anymore. It kind of just disappears. It's only when you click on a video to watch you see this like half a second of lag before the video plays. So not really that big of a deal. Now you're probably wondering, is the Chromebook worth it for you? Now, if you're always on the internet and stay connected most all the time, and you don't need to use any Windows programs or anything like that. It's only meant for using the Chrome web browser and extensions and things like that. It's not meant for using standard Windows apps. It doesn't work with standard Windows apps or any other apps that aren't available in the Chrome web store.